Good afternoon, traders. It is Thursday, August 21st, 2014. U.S. stock market is closed. We had a terrible day today. I mean, it hardly gets worse than this. We didn't have one thing go right. I can say that. Yeah, we struck out on everything we did today. We had no winning trades. Zero. A big goose egg. Yeah, it was pretty bad. We closed out just shy of $5,000 in losing trades in terms of what we closed out. And worse yet, we are carrying almost $8,000 negative in open trade equity going into tomorrow. That's bad. That is really bad. And you know, I was thinking about what I was going to say for this video just a few minutes ago. And here we got such a horrible day, and yet it was only 2 days ago I was high. Man, I was just flying high because we were making fabulous money and we had the best trade of the year. And yet 2 days later, it's just like, this is the end of the world. The sky is falling. That's how I feel. And this is why trading is so tough. You know, if you allow the emotions to take over, nobody can take it. I know traders that, you know, they've gotten into drugs, they've gotten into alcohol, or they've just flipped out and left the industry because they cannot take it. And yet, I gotta say this, you know, you trade a good system and you trade it consistently over time, you can make a ton of money. And that's really what's happened to me. I've been doing this over 20 years and I have made a lot of money. There's no doubt about it. But still, we have these unbelievable flip-flops, yin and yang, where you got the market going from fantastic to absolutely horrible. I had a customer call me in the middle of market today in a panic. She wanted to know, what do we do with JRJC? What do you think is going to happen? And blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I really do feel for her, but at the same time, I have my own way of dealing with this. And maybe that's why I'm a trader, and that's why I haven't gone off the deep end and done drugs and done alcohol or just quit. I just look at this and I know in the back of my mind, if I stick with this system, it's going to make me money. And when it gets to a point like today, when it just seems like everything is going wrong, I can't take it anymore, I just kind of take a deep breath and say, I'm going to follow this system no matter what. And you know, I don't have cancer, I'm not going to have a heart attack, I'm not going to die. Things could be worse. Even if we get slaughtered in these trades, it could be a lot worse than that. And so the system is kind of my lifeboat in a choppy ocean, and I will hang on to it no matter what. And that's what you got to say. And you just kind of step back and make yourself not worry about it, you know? That's what you gotta do. It's really tough though. It's tough. Hey, I'll show you those terrible charts. Okay, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average here. And you know, if the Dow Jones was a stock and we had money on this stock, we'd be pretty happy here. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row of up move. Remember Robert's rule of 4. You know, this is the end of it. We're not going to have an update tomorrow. Almost certain this thing is going to reverse tomorrow. What I don't like about this is, you notice here, we're up against my third red line. There's a fourth one above here. I don't know exactly where that is. It's not very far above there. But that's the ceiling, and that's what I was complaining about 2-3 weeks ago. We'd get up on that ceiling and we could not make money up there. And I'm looking at this now and thinking, hey, we're back up on the ceiling and we're not making money again, and I do not like it up here. I really don't. And you know, we only have 3 positions right now, open trade, and I almost wish we'd just get knocked out of all 3 of those 15 minutes after the open tomorrow, and we'd take a licking, but we'd survive, and then let the Dow fall 400 points tomorrow when we don't have anything. That's what I would almost like to see, because we do a lot better when this thing gets down and then starts coming back up. That's where we make the money. When it gets up here, we start having a lot of problems, and we sure had problems today. But anyway, this market is not going to do what I want it to do. That I can say for sure. I have only, I have no, obviously we have nothing good today, absolutely nothing good. Everything was losing. So I'll show you the trade that has really causes difficulty, but I'll also philosophize a little bit about this. This, of course, is JRJC again, and this trade that I told you I was just euphoric about only started only 4 days ago, and we took $32,000 in profits out of that, the best trade of 2014, and then came back. And I told you yesterday, this thing looked to me like it was going to take off, and we might even get in it. Well, that's exactly what happened. It took off today, and it got up here, and we jumped into it here. This is pretty darn high. I mean, look where that entry place is compared to where we got out. I would say, there's probably maybe $7,000 to $10,000 between where we got out and where we got in again. When it got up here at the very top, we are up positive about $5,000 on it, and it looks real good. And I even was in the process of making a chart to put on Twitter and StockTwits to show just how wonderful JRJC was again. And I was busy with those charts, and I didn't notice what has happened. Then I went back and looked at it, and suddenly we had gone from being positive $5,000 to being negative $4,000, and now, where it is right now, it's almost down $7,000. So we've gone from positive $5,000 to negative $7,000, a $12,000 swing. Ouch! That is tough to take. And as I say, this happens, you just want to scream. You just want to say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't take this anymore. But stop and think here. Look, we made $32,000 here. Maybe we get slammed tomorrow. Maybe we lose $10,000 tomorrow. I mean, we don't know. I'm not saying we will. I'm not sure of that. But let's just say we lose $10,000. So we made $32,000 and we lost 10. Hey, we're still coming out with a profit, and this whole system comes out with a profit. But it's just so hard to lose money. And the problem here with JRJC, we've had this huge move. I mean, this thing has gone from like around 5 all the way up to 12 in 4 days. It's more than doubled its price. And what happens is you got all these speculators in there. There's bulls and there's bears. There's people shorting up here, people who miss the run, so they're trying to get in here, and then they're scared out of their mind when the thing turns. There's panic, there's emotion, there's huge volume, and what you have is an extremely volatile market. And I don't think anybody knows for sure exactly what this thing is going to do, and I will tell you, I don't know what it's going to do. But when this happens, I just try to take a deep breath and say, hey, listen, this system makes money, even if I get killed in this particular trade. And I'll stick with the system. That's all I know how to do. I don't know how to predict this market. I don't know what to tell you about anything about this market except follow the system. Follow the system. Anyway, that's my thoughts on a very bad day. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday.